We woke and made the coffee in the clear, in quiet morning of the turning year. The paper lay unopened on the mat. The screen remained asleep where it was sat. You poured the cups and looked out at the sky, and did not ask the anxious questions why. And I decided nothing in the world was worth the way the morning had unfurled. Coffee in the morning, light across the floor, all the loud and busy waiting at the door. The morning we didn't read the news, my love, was bright with every peaceful thing above. We let the angry headlines go their way, and kept a small, unbroken kind of day. The morning we didn't read the news, my dear, is still the clearest morning of the year. Letting the world wait calm and true, and all my waking mind given to you. The birds were holding parliament outside, the only conversation we supplied. You said they probably had things to say, more relevant than any printed phrase. I laughed and took the second cup from you, and felt the long unbroken stretch of blue expand inside the kitchen and the mind, leaving all the heavy things behind. The world will always have a crisis ready, a reason to be anxious and unsteady, a headline demanding we attend to every broken beginning and end. But love requires a boundary line of peace, a morning where the obligations cease, where coffee and the sky are quite enough, and the only news that matters is of love. The morning we didn't read the news, my love, is every quiet start I'm dreaming of. That unopened paper, that unhurried air, and knowing that the world could wait out there. The morning we didn't read the news, my dear, returns in every overwhelmed year, letting the world wait calm and true, and all my waking mind given to you. Light across the kitchen, birds upon the lawn, you beside the window, and the news completely gone. The river bends away beyond the hill, and carries what the watching cannot fill. I stood above it in the failing light, and let the current take your name from sight. You had not turned or perhaps you turned once, a small concession to the long romance of leaving, and I held it like a vow. That half-turn offered to a different now. Water around the bend, light on the far side, all the river widening where you no longer ride, where the river bends away, my love. I stood and gave you back to stars above. I watched the current learn to be the sea, and understood it would not carry me. Where the river bends away, my dear, the water flows as if you still were here. Distance made of water, long and true, and all my reaching running down to you. The willows trailed their questions in the gray, and did not seem to mind the lack of answer. The stone beneath my feet had learned to stay, while everything around it chose to wander. And I was like that stone a moment long, fixed where the current asks me to belong to nothing but the going and the grief. The river's way of offering no relief. There is a kind of love that bends like water, that takes the shape of what it cannot alter, that flows around the stone it cannot move, and makes of loss a long and liquid groove. I have become that water since you left, all current at no shore, all song and cleft. And every river I have crossed since then has bent away and not come back again. Where the river bends away, my love, I pour my sorrow to the sky above. The current takes it gently out of sight, and leaves me standing in the failing light. Where the river bends away, my dear, the water knows the things I cannot bear. Distance made of water, long and true, and all my reaching running down to you. Water around the bend, willow in the dark, you beyond the river, and the current in my heart. heard you singing softly to yourself in the next room, not knowing I was near. One line repeated quietly like a wealth you had no reason to conceal or fear. It was not perfect, and it was not planned. No audience, no shaping for effect. Just you inside a moment of demand, more beautiful for being unchecked. One note in the next room, you not knowing heard all my careful distance, broken by that word. The first time I heard you sing my love was not a grand or stage-lit thing above. It was a half note in an empty room, and it was everything, and it was you in bloom. The first time I heard you sing, my dear, was every armor falling without fear. One note, unguarded, soft and true, and then I knew, I knew, I knew. I did not let you know I'd heard a thing. I only stood and held the door frame still, too glad to break whatever made you sing, too full to move against my own goodwill. And later, over all the years we've kept, that note has come back to me in dreams. The unguarded song, the half-awake wind-swept, small beauty of you unobserved, it seems. The grandest things are not the ones we plan, the bright arrivals and the curated grace. They are the accidental, they also ran, the singing to yourself inside a space. For love is made of moments not performed, of catching someone living not on show. And I was caught that day, completely warmed by one small note you did not even know. The first time I heard you sing my love is all I keep to dream and wonder of. That half note in the ordinary air, that gift you gave by simply being there. The first time I heard pretense. Me beside the doorframe, and love made in that tense. We sat outside long after the dispute had worn itself to nothing on the air. The night had come up quietly to suit two people needing more than they could share. At first we spoke with edges in the word, then less than not at all, then looked above. And there the stars had gathered, calm and heard, indifferent to the difficulty of love. Stars above the arguing, night around the two, all the patient darkness waiting for us through. The stars above the argument, my love, were there the whole time, looking calmly from above. They did not take a side, they only shone. And slowly all our sharpness softened on its own. The stars above the argument, my dear, remind me what we found when we stayed near. We talked until the sky went kind and true, and all my difficult heart came home to you. You spoke first quietly about the tree that had gone crooked at the garden's edge, and I agreed. Small sideways key unlocked us gently from the narrow ledge. We did not solve the thing that brought us out, we simply let the night dissolve the need. And somewhere in the stars and the long doubt, we found we were more willing than our creed. I think that love is not the absence of the hard entangled and the difficult. It is the staying out beneath the stars above, until the argument has found its love. It is the crooked tree and the night air, the both of you too stubborn yet to leave. It is the stars that simply being there remind you what you came for and believe. The stars above the argument, my love, are every night I'm grateful from above that neither of us walked back through the door, that we sat out till we wanted more. The stars above the argument, my dear, return in every hard-won, honest year. We talked until the sky went kind and true, and all my difficult heart came home to you. Stars above the garden, night around the two, you and I still talking, and the sky still blue. The blue shore resting on the bedroom chair still held the coolness of the evening air. A moon-shaped patch of silver from the pane had found its way across the woven grain. You left it there before you turned the light to one low amber at the edge of night, and all the room half shadow and half rest seemed folded like a letter to your breast. The blue shawl on the bedroom chair, my love, with quiet night leaning gently from above, where the silver found the cloth and would not move. The dark itself seemed softened into love. Shawl on the bedroom chair, my dear, still keeps the hush of midnight when you're near. Blue within the lamplight, calm and true, and all my heart grown tender looking through. Branch outside made patterns on the wall, thin moving shadows rising, then made small. You loosened one pin slowly from your hair and left the hour breathing in the air. Nothing in the room desired to rush, not even time, so deep had grown the hush. And I beside that chair in woven blue could think of nothing finer than just you. Night does not always come as something vast. It may arrive in cloth and shadow cast, in one dim chair, one square of patient light, one quiet gesture at the edge of night. And because you moved so gently through the room, the darkness never hardened into gloom. It only settled mild and deep built a home for me and you. The light was coming over the low hill, the whole field brightening slow and still, and you were in the middle of it all, not knowing how the morning chose to fall on everything around you as it went, as if the light were following your intent. I stopped before the stile and watched a while, too glad to interrupt the field and smile of morning that you wore without a thought, too beautiful for me to have been taught. Gold across the field, you within the glow, all the morning opening into what I know. The light coming over the hill, my love, arrived with you inside it from above. And all the world I crossed that morning through was only ever leading me to you. The light coming over the hill, my dear, returns each time the morning sky is clear. I saw you before, you saw me golden true, and all my life grew luminous with you. You turned at last and found me at the gate, not early in my watching, not too late, and something in your face said you had known for longer than a moment you were shown. We walked together down the brightened way, two people in the middle of a day that neither had expected to be this, a whole hill full of ordinary bliss. They ask what falling into love is like, as if it always comes with sudden strike, a bolt, a wound, a vertigo of bright. And sometimes yes, but sometimes it is a light. It is a morning and a field and you, a stile, a gate, a slowly widening blue, and all at once the world is making sense, and all at once you have no more defense. The light coming over the hill, my love, is all I ever need to dream of. That feel, that morning, you before the gold, and how it felt to see and to be bold enough to stay. The light coming over the hill, my dear, returns in every morning through the year. I saw you before, you saw me golden true, and all my life grew luminous with you. Gold across the morning, blue above the field, you inside the daylight, and all my heart revealed. The white curtain in the back room stirred, as if it answered some unspoken word. The afternoon lay faint upon the floor, too quiet to be troubled anymore. You crossed the room and straightened one loose hem, then left the cloth to breathe again on its own. And all the stillness gathered near your hand, as if calm itself could understand. The white curtain in the back room, love, with pale day resting quietly above, where the soft cloth moved and the light stayed thin. The whole dear house grew peaceful from within. The white curtain in the back room, dear, still keeps that tender silence when you're near. Afternoon behind the glass, calm and true, and all my heart learning rest from you. A book lay open where the chair had been, a ribbon keeping place between the pages. The garden made one trembling shape of green, and sent it through the pain in shifting stages. No one was calling, nothing had to start. No hurried claim was laid upon the heart. And in that back room, mild and half withdrawn, the hours seemed willing simply to go on. There are rooms that hold the day without a sound, that keep its gentleness from spilling out. And there are hands that make those rooms more kind, by leaving care and quietness behind. So now each curtain stirring in late light returns that soft seclusion to my sight. And every pale and undemanding room feels briefly like a place where peace can bloom. The apples cooling on the windowsill were red against the hour, gone faint and still. The kitchen held the quiet before meals, that brief suspended peace the evening seals. You laid them there to keep the room warm. more sweet. A little orchard resting in the heat, and all the fading light along the wall made them seem brighter than the day at all. The apples cooling on the windowsill, my love, with slow dust gathering tenderly above, where the red fruit kept the last warm gleam of day. The whole room let its rest come in and stay. The apples cooling on the windowsill, my dear, still keep their homely brightness when you're near. Red in the fading light, calm and true, and all my heart made evening soft by you. Was waiting near the folded cloth, where cups stood half in light, half in the dark. You turned one apple in your open palm, as if to measure out the room's own calm. No voices rose, no hurried motion stirred, only the window cooling toward the stars. And in that pause, before the table called, the whole house felt both simple and enthralled. There is a blessing in the unbegun, the meal not served, the setting of the sun, when what is needed rests in reach and sight, and all the room prepares itself for night. So now each apple left to catch the shade returns that little sacrament you made. And every kitchen waiting in dim red feels like the place where all my unrest fled. The fog was sitting heavy on the hill, the morning that you entered into view. The valley held its gray breath long and still, and then the fog began to rise for you. I do not think the weather worked on cue, but I have told the story as it was. The fog rose slowly and the hill broke blue, and you were simply standing in because. Gray along the valley, blue beginning high, all the fog departing, letting through the sky. The fog that lifted into you, my love, left nothing between the world and the above. gray had been, you stood in open light, and all the valley clarified in sight. The fog that lifted into you, my dear, has not come back to settle since you're here, clearing slowly into warm and true, and all the world grown visible with you. You crossed the field without a second thought, the way the clear-eyed cross a clearing field. And I, who had grown used to all the fraught and fog-gray habit of remaining sealed, found something in the simple way you moved that made the lifting of the fog feel earned, as if your arrival had already proved that some obscurities are daily adjourned. I had mistaken the fog for the permanent, the gray for the condition of the air. I thought the unclear was the element I was designed to navigate with care, but you arrived and showed me by your ease that fog is not a feature but a phase, that what is true breaks through what merely is, and blue is always waiting past the grays. The fog that lifted into you, my love, is every morning opening above, that gray retreating, that first thread of blue, that field, that figure, that arrival you. The fog that lifted into you, my dear, returns in every clarifying year, clearing slowly into warm and true, and all my world grown luminous with you. Fog along the valley, blue above the field, you inside the clearing, and everything revealed. A bowl of plums was waiting on the cloth, dark as a twilight thought half carried off. The summer kitchen held the fading heat, and dusk came in on careful, dusty feet. He turned one fruit until it caught the glow, a little evening gathered in its skin, and all the room, content with less and slow, seemed glad to let the softer hour begin. The bowl of plums upon the table, with pale dust gleaming quietly above, where the dark skins held the last remaining day. The whole room let its brightness drift away. The bowl of plums upon the table, dear, still keeps its tender evening when you're near. Purple at the edge of night, calm and true, and all my heart grown slow and full with you. You drew the curtain halfway from the pane and left a strip of garden after rain. The scent of earth came lightly through the screen, a cool reminder of the day's last green. I watched your hand rest briefly on the chair, as if to bless the silence waiting there. And in that pause, the whole dim room became more intimate for never speaking name. There is a richness not of gold or art, but of the hour laid gently on the heart. A dark fruit cloth, a window left half wide, and one beloved presence close beside. So now when dusk turns purple in a room, and common things receive their tender bloom, I think of plums and all the light they knew, and how the evening deepened around you. We found ourselves beside the afternoon, without a reason and without a plan. The light had taken on a golden tune, and all the hours eased the way they can, when no one is required to be elsewhere, when nothing asks for more than what is here. The world outside was making all its claims, but we had quietly forgotten names. Nowhere to be going, nothing to prepare. All the long sweet daylight, simply glad we're there. The afternoon we lost track of, my love, was lit with all the gold the skies above could carry, and we spent it being still, two people given over to the will of nothing urgent, nothing overdue. And all that squandered time was rich with you. The afternoon we lost track of, returns in every undefended year, bright and wide and warm and uncommonly true, and all my heart still lost inside of you. You told me something small about a bird that nested in the hedge last early spring, a modest, unremarkable thing heard in the voice of someone noticing. And I held every word as if it were a story with a rare and hidden cost, because your voice in telling it was sure, and I was not about to let it go. There is a way of spending time that gives more back than hours accounted and reviewed. It is the kind of afternoon that lives beyond the clock and past the gratitude. I've kept it in the place where good things stay, that golden idol beautifully wrecked and wonderfully purposeless midday, and you inside it, warm and unecked. The afternoon we lost track of my love is all I keep and dream and wonder of. That golden waste of hours, yours and mine, that sweet, unburdened, slow, unhurried time. The afternoon we lost track of, my dear, returns in every open-handed year, bright and wide and warm and uncommonly true, and all my heart still happily with you. Gold across the daylight, blue above the two, nowhere to be going, and all that time for you. The rain began while all the sky was blue, a sudden silver falling out of nowhere new. The sun did not retreat behind a cloud, but lit the drops until the air was loud, with shining water falling bright and clear. We ran beneath the oldest oak tree near, and stood against the heavy ancient bark, while all the meadow sparked and lost the dark. Sun across the branches, rain upon the green, all the glowing weather washing the world clean. The rain while the sun shone, my love, was every kind of magic from above, a paradox of water and of light that made the sudden afternoon so bright. The rain while the sun shone, my dear, is still the clearest memory of the year. Light in the falling water, warm and true, and all my shelter found right there with you. You held your hand out past the sheltering leaves and caught the golden water from the eaves. You laughed at how impossible it seemed. A weather made of something we had dreamed. I did not look at the amazing sky. I watched the golden water in your eye and felt the sudden rushing sense of grace, that everything was in its proper place. We are so used to storms that bring the gray, to weather that insists we hide away. But there is rain that only comes to shine, to draw a brighter and a clearer line. And standing in the shelter of the wood, I understood that all of it was good. The sudden fall, the shelter and the sun, and knowing that the hiding days were done. The rain while the sun shone, my love, is every shining miracle above. That heavy oak, that laughter and that light, and knowing that the world was turning right. The rain while the sun shone, my dear, returns to me in every golden year. Light in the falling water, warm and true, and all my shelter found right there with you. Gold inside the water, green beneath the tree, you beside the weather, and the sunlight wild and free. You brought a book and laid it on the grass, and said we'd let the busy morning pass. The park was full of people making haste, but we had found a slower kind of taste. You opened up the pages to the sun, and read a chapter while the hours run. Your voice was low and steady in the green, the finest kind of music I have seen. Words across the meadow, shadows growing long. All the busy city fading like a song. The book you read aloud, my love, was sheltered by the willow tree above, where the nylon strings of summer played the air. The whole wide park felt glad that we were there. The book you read aloud, my dear, is still the finest story of the year. We let the shadows lengthen calm and true, and all my afternoon was held by you. A dog went by and chased a yellow ball. A child laughed somewhere near the garden wall. You paused to let the sudden noise go by, then found the sentence underneath the sky. I closed my eyes and listened to the sound of you and summer resting on the ground, and felt the long, slow turning of the earth become a thing of unrecorded worth. They say that time is money in the town, that every hour requires a settling down of accounts and ledgers, purposes and aims, a constant giving over of the names. But time is not a ledger on the grass. It is the way we let the shadows pass. It is the voice that reads a story out to someone who has given up their doubt. The book book you read aloud, my love, is every summer afternoon above that willow tree, that yellow ball, that voice, and knowing that the grass was our own choice. The book you read aloud, my dear, returns in every green and golden year. We let the shadows lengthen calm and true, and all my afternoon was held by you. Words upon the summer, shadows on the ground, you inside the story, and the peace we found. A yellow leaf detached and met the stream, without a single struggle or a scheme. It simply let the current take its weight, and gave up every argument with fate. We walked along the bank and matched its pace, two people in a slow and drifting race. The water moved, the leaf moved, and we walked, and neither of us hurried, neither talked. Yellow on the surface, current running clear, all the gentle moving, keeping us right here. The leaf upon the water, love, reflected all the drifting sky above. It traveled at the speed the river chose, and we learned how a willing journey goes. The leaf upon the water, dear, is still the finest lesson of the year, traveling at the same speed, warm and true, and all my life flowing easily with you. It spun around a stone and ride it out, unbothered by the turning or the doubt. It caught a faster ripple than a slow, accepting every speed it had to go. I looked at you and saw you watching it, your face completely peaceful and well lit, and understood that we were like that leaf, released at last from every old belief. To fight the current of the days, insisting on our own resistant ways. We try to push the river and the time, and force the stubborn universe to rhyme. But walking by the water in the sun, I knew the days of pushing back were done. We only need to let the water guide and stay exactly at each other's side. The leaf upon the water, love, is every easy motion from above, the turning yellow, that unbothered flow, and knowing we have nowhere else to go. The leaf upon the water, dear, returns in every yielding open year, traveling at the same speed, warm and true, and all my life flowing easily with you. Yellow on the river, footsteps on the shore, you beside the current and resisting it no more. The clocks all seemed to slow that afternoon, as if the hours had agreed to too soon to give us more than usual of the light, and less than usual of the coming night. We walked the long way round the garden wall and found that time was generous with all the pauses and the lingerings we made. Each one returned to us with interest paid. Light in no great hurry, hours in no decline. All the afternoon agreed to yours and mine. The afternoon the clocks agreed, my love, to let the golden hours linger above their usual stop. We had them all to spend on nothing urgent and no needing end. The afternoon the clocks agreed, my dear, is every unrushed moment of the year. Time being kind to us, warm and true, and all the best of any hour spent with you. You said that time is not as fixed as clocks, insisted it is behind their glass and locks, that certain hours expand to hold a life, while others pass before the eye and fife. I said I thought that you were probably right, and evidence was standing in the light right there. An afternoon that would not close, as generous as everything that grows. The gift of time is not the quantity of hours lined up and measured in a row. It is the quality of being free, enough inside 1 hour to let it glow. And you have given me that kind of hour more times than I have counted or can't name, the kind that stretch to hold their fullest power and leave me richer than the day I came. The afternoon the clocks agreed, my love, is every generous sky I'm dreaming of. Those hours that would not end, that stayed so long, that turned an afternoon into a song. The afternoon the clocks agreed, my dear, returns in every open-handed ear. Time being kind to us, warm and true, and all the best of any hour spent with you. Light across the garden, hours without a name, you inside the giving, and the afternoon the same. You read to me one long and rainy day, your voice as steady as the weathered gray. did not follow every word you said, but lay inside the sound of it instead. The story moved through kingdoms, loss and light, and all of it came filtered through your right and measured way of giving words their air, a kindness only certain voices wear. Rain against the window, your voice through the room, all my hurried thinking softened into bloom. The afternoon you read to me, my love, was canopied by every cloud above, where the rain came down and your voice came through. The whole gray day grew warm because of you. The afternoon you read to me, my dear, is still the finest shelter of the year. Your voice and the slow rain, calm and true, and all my heart made quiet through and through. You paused once where the sentence changed its mind, and looked at me to see what I might find in the turn of it, and I had nothing smart, just that your looking leveled out my heart. You smiled and turned the page without remark, and all the rain came down into the dark of late afternoon, where neither of us pressed for more than this: the rain, the voice, the rest. I have been read to by the world at length, its urgencies, its numbers and its strength, its columns and its headlines and its call to be attentive to the sum of all. But none of it has reached me like the sound of you inside a story that you found worth sharing on a rainy afternoon, with neither of us hurrying past noon. The afternoon you read to me, my love, is all the weather I am dreaming of. That rain, that voice, that easy letting go of everything the busy world thinks so. The afternoon you read to me, my dear, returns in every slow and sheltered ear. Your voice and the slow rain, calm and true, and all my heart made quiet through and through. Rain upon the reading, voice within the gray, you inside the story, and all the world away. The crowds had taken all their bright display and packed the busy afternoon away. The shore grew long and empty in will say. We stayed until the sand was ours alone, still holding all the warmth the sun had sown. The tide came in with one slow hushing sound and left a line of silver on the ground. Warmth beneath the blanket, water turning blue, all the empty shoreline given up to you. The sand still warm at evening, love, with one pale star arriving from above, where the loud and crowded day had finally passed. The ocean gave us quiet at the last. The sand still warm at evening, dear, is every coastal memory of the year. The shore left to us calm and true, and all my peaceful hours spent with you. You traced a circle loosely in the ground and let the ocean wash away the bound. A little lesson in the art of things that do not need to last to give us wings. I leaned my head against your shoulder there, and breathed the salt and evening in the air, and felt the long, slow rhythm of the sea, align with something deep inside of me. The beach at noon is full of noise and light, of people making sure the day is right. But evening is the time the shore returns to those who have the patience to discern that beauty often waits until the end, when all the bright umbrellas fold and bend, and what is left is water, sand, and space, and one slow rhythm taking every place. The sand still warm at evening, love, is all the ocean peace I'm dreaming of. That single star, that circle in the sand, the easy way you reached and took my hand. The sand still warm at evening, dear, comes back to me in every turning year. The shore left to us calm and true, and all my peaceful hours spent with you. Silver on the water, warmth inside the ground, you beside the ocean, and not another sound. I saw the house from halfway down the street, and felt the evening gather slow and sweet. The sky was turning that particular blue that always makes me wanna look at you. And there inside the window, warm and bright, you'd left the small lamp burning for the night, a little beacon in the darkening square, to tell me someone knew that I was there. Lamp inside the window, blue above the town, all the quiet evening gently coming down. The lamp you left on, my love, was brighter than the earliest star above. It cut through all the tired and the gray, and gave me back the best part of the day. The lamp you left on, my dear, is every welcome home I've known this year. A light in the front room, warm and true, and all my long walk ending up with you. I did not hurry, though I wanted to. I let the last few steps belong to you, imagining the room, the chair, the book, the way you'd raise your head and give a look. It is a luxury not often named, to know exactly where you are reclaimed, to see the light and know without a doubt that you are expected and not left without. Some people look for beacons on the sea, or lighthouses to tell them they are free, but I have found the truest kind of light is just a table lamp against the night, and just the knowledge that it burns for me, because you placed it there so I could see my way across the pavement to the door, is everything I want and nothing more. The lamp you left on, my love, is all the guiding light I'm dreaming of. That square of amber in the cooling blue, that quiet house, that open door, that you. The lamp you left on, my dear, returns to me in every darkening year. A light in the front room, warm and true, and all my long walk ending up with you. Light across the pavement, blue upon the sky, you inside the amber, and me arriving by. Before the age of instant word and wire, we wrote our letters long and without haste. The page was lit by one low lamp entire, and every line was given proper taste. You wrote as if the paper were a room we both could sit inside for half an hour. I read you in the morning's growing blue, and all the day improved from that first power. Words across the distance, light across the page, all the careful writing, holding back the age. The letters we kept writing, love, where every star we hung the dark above, each envelope a small and faithful ship that crossed the distance of each separate trip. The letters we kept writing, dear, are still the finest record of our year. Every word a way back home to true, and all my long way home was written through to you. You had a way of starting in the middle, as if the greeting were a waste of time, as if the heart should solve its own small riddle before the formal opening of the rhyme. I loved you most inside the second line, where all your thought came out without a guard, where you were only yours and briefly mine, before the ink knew how to be less hard. They ask what kept us through the absent months, through rooms apart and separate quiet nights. I tell them it was neither luck nor stunts, but two pens moving steadily toward lights that each of us had left on in the room for when the other finally arrived. Two lamps across the distance and the gloom that proved to one another we survived. The letters we kept writing, love, are every faithful beacon from above, each line a small lamp in the other's dark, each stamp a little emblem of the mark we kept for one another through the years. The letters we kept writing, dear, arrive again in every quiet year. Every word a way back home to true, and all my long way home was written straight to you. Words across the evening, light across the room, you inside the letter, and love inside the bloom. The rain caught us a half-mile from the door, a sudden and unhurried sort of pour. Not angry rain, but glad and thorough rain, the kind that seems to celebrate its name. We looked at one another once and knew that neither of us meant to make a dash, and so we walked the long way, me and you, with everything the sky could freely splash, Rain along the pathway, you with no regret. All the glad and soaking world without a threat. The rain we walked home in, my love, was every kind permission from above to not be careful, not be dry, not run, to simply be two people under one. A good sky with nothing urgent left to do. My dear, is still the cleanest thing I've known this year. Soaked and unashamed and true, and all my heart washed open wide by you. You held your arms out briefly to the sky in one unguarded, glorious gesture high, as if to say that weather was a gift, too generous to dodge or hold adrift. And I, who was already fully soaked, found something in that gesture break and wake, a loosening of the careful self that cloaked the part of me that wanted in the lake. There is a version of ourselves we keep well sheltered from the ordinary pour, too dry, too careful, and too practiced sleep to feel the rain that knocks upon the door. But you've been the one who takes me out into the wet and wonderful and wide, who makes a walk in rain a song, no doubt, and finds the finest weather on the other side. The rain we walked home in, my love, is every cloud I now am grateful of, that half mile and that downpour, and your arms raised to the sky, undone by all its charms. The rain we walked home in, my dear, returns each time a welcome rain draws near, soaked and unashamed and true, and all my heart washed open wide by you. Rain along the long way, sky without its pride, you with arms wide open, and me right by your side. The bird bath in the ivy held the sky, a little mirror where the clouds went by. The stone was old and carved with climbing vines, a quiet relic of the older times. You trailed your fingers in the shallow bowl and made the sky break into rippled gold. A robin watched us from the garden wall, with nothing but the afternoon to call. Water in the stone, green along the rim, all the garden afternoon, full up to the brim. The bird bath in the ivy, love, with strings and lazy summer leaves above, where the clear water mirrored back the blue. The whole mild day grew beautiful through you. The bird bath in the ivy, dear, still holds the sky perfect swaying peacefully. The sun came slanting through the heavy oak. The quietest word the sleepy summer spoke. You dried your fingers on a linen square and left a drop of water in your hair. The flugelhorn made sunlight into sound. The cello kept the shadows on the ground. And every little thing the garden knew seemed quite content to spend the day with you. Ivy on the base, sunlight on the wing, all the drowsy summer glad for everything. The bird bath in the ivy, love with strings and lazy summer leaves above, where the clear water mirrored back the blue. The whole mild day grew beautiful through you. The bird bath in the ivy, dear, still holds the sky perfectly when you're near. Water mirroring the sky, glad and free, and all my heart gone swaying peacefully. We do not need the ocean or the sea to find a surface that can set us free. A shallow basin carved of garden stone can hold enough of heaven on its own. If you are there to touch it with your hand and help the hurried heart to understand that beauty often waits in quiet yards among the ivy and the robin's guards. The bird bath in the ivy, love still shines in all I'm dreaming of, and every sleepy summer afternoon returns that rippled water lighted tune. The bird bath in the ivy, dear, still holds the sky perfectly when you're near. Water mirroring the sky, glad and free, and all my heart gone swaying peacefully. Silver in the stone, green among the leaves, you inside the garden, and all the heart receives. The tide came in the way it always does, without announcement and without applause. And we were standing somewhere near its cause, two people in the middle of because. You pointed at the line where sea met sky and said it was the best horizon yet. And I agreed without quite knowing why, except that you were in it and the set of everything around you had grown bright, the way the sea grows bright in certain light. Tide along the shoreline, sky above the two, all the sea agreeing we were headed true. The tide that brought us in, my love, was running under every star above. It pulled us toward each other, shore by shore, and left us somewhere neither knew before. The tide that brought us in, my dear, had been arriving long before we were here. The sea already knew what we would find, that we were always meant to be this kind. We walked the long way back beside the wave, our footprints filling slowly as we went. The sea reclaimed them gently as it gave back every step to salt and water bent. But all the walking was inside us still, the shoreline and the held horizon line. The way you said it was the best, until I understood that you were meaning mine. I have stood beside the sea in harder days, when all the water seemed too wide and gray, when all the tide brought in was other ways the world had of suggesting I should stray. But this tide brought me you beside the foam, and turned the gray to gold along the sand. And now each wave that finds its way to home reminds me of the shore where I can stand. The tide that brought us in, my love, is every faithful current from above. It carried us through weather gray and wide, and set us down at last on each other's side. The tide that brought us in, my dear, runs warm and deep in every passing year. The sea already knew what we would find, that we were always going to be this kind. Tide along the evening, shore beneath the two, sea already knowing, and all the rest for you. It did not happen all at once, this love. It came like seasons easing into change. First a leaning, then a looking up above, then finding nothing in the world was strange. You entered slowly as the light enters, not switched but risen, not declared but there. And all my guarded overwintered centers found the air of you too warm to bear. Slowly into trusting, slowly into glad, all all the old defenses, giving what they had. The year we grew into each other, love was lit so gently from so far above. Not sudden, but inevitable and clear, the way that spring becomes the middle of the year. The year we grew into each other, dear, is every season since you have been here. Gradually, and then all at once, so true. And all my slow and happy falling into you. I noticed first the way you held a pause, the space you gave to what you did not know. Then how your voice found reason in its cause. Then how the room felt different in your glow. And by the time I understood the whole, the season had already made its turn. I found the evidence inside my soul of a long and warm and willing learn. Some people fall in love like striking flint, a spark, a flash, a briefly blazing dint. And that is beautiful, I will not lie, but fire needs more than brightness to get by. We were the slow kind, the root and rise, the morning dawning over quiet skies. And I would choose this gradual glowing way over any sudden burning day. The year we grew into each other, is every gentle gift I'm dreaming of. That rising, that returning, that softly, and all the slow and faithful space between. The year we grew into each other, dear, keeps deepening with every passing year. Gradually, and then all at once, so true. And all my slow and happy falling into you. Slowly into morning, slowly into clear. You inside the season, and the whole year disappearing here. The day began with neither plan nor haste, just open hours spread out like a feast. The clouds move slowly past the line of blue, and every slow cloud seemed to drift toward you. We walked along the bank without a thought of where the afternoon was meant to go. And all the light the water gave us back was brighter for the having of no track. River in no hurry, sky in no despair, all the long sweet nothing, simply glad we're there. The day we forgot to worry, love was lit from every angle from above, where hours opened wide and asked no price. The whole world seemed uncommonly precise. The day we forgot to worry, dear, returns in every undefended year. All the hours ours, bright and true, and all my heart at liberty with you. We sat beside the water in the shade and said the easy things that trust has made. Not the important words, the smaller kind, the ones that leave the burden far behind. You laughed at something barely worth a smile, and that made everything worthwhile, because the laugh was unguarded and was free, given unrequested just to me. I had not known how deeply I had carried the weight of being careful and unwearied, until that day the weight forgot to come, and all I felt was warm and overcome. Most generous gives this, a day with nothing wrong enough to miss, a river and a sky and your laugh. That turns out to be more than half. The day we forgot to worry, love, is all I ever need to dream of. That river and that shade and your unburdened way, and how the world stepped back to let us stay. The day we forgot to worry, dear, comes back in every unobstructed year. All the hours ours, bright and true, and all my heart at liberty with you. River going nowhere, sky without a care, you beside the water, and gladness everywhere. The jar of honey on the pantry shelf held summer in a shape all to itself. Its gold stayed bright beneath the yellow wood, a little proof the bees had done their good. You reached for tea and paused to look at it, as if the room grew sweeter by a bit, and all the narrowing weather at the door felt less severe than it had been The jar of honey on the shelf, my love, with dim gold settling quietly above, where the amber held the memory of sun. The whole room felt more gentle, one by one. The jar of honey on the shelf, my dear, still keeps its patient sweetness when you're near. Gold in the pantry light, calm and true, and all my heart storing warmth with you. Outside, the garden had begun to fade, the last green thinning into colder shade. Inside, the spoon lay waiting by the cup, as if all comfort had been gathered up. You touched the glass and turned it just enough to let one brighter line run through the gold. And in that small, unhurried act of care, the room felt less alone for having you there. Not all abundance asks to be displayed. Some of it rests where winter can be stayed, in jars and shelves and rooms that know to keep the sweeter months for when the days grow deep. And you have always known that saving art, how warmth may be preserved against the dark. So now each little amber gleam in wood returns the sense that all may still be good. We lost the path once in the autumn wood, when all the leaves had come down where they should. The light was failing and the way unclear, and neither of us spoke our secret fear. But you stretched out your hand across the dark and found mine in the cold without a mark of hesitation, and the path came back, a simple route returning through the black. Hand across the darkness, your voice beside the trees, all the lost and worried evening settling into ease. The path we did not lose, my love, was lit by something deeper than above, by you beside me when the way went dim, by all the steady trust that filled the rim of every fear We kept on finding our way back to true, and all my life made possible by you. We have been lost in finer, fairer ways since then, in argument and heavy days, in silences that stretched a little long, in all the small and repairable wrong. But each time darkness made the going hard, you found my hand again without a word. And that, I think, is what the lasting means. Not never lost, but found through what it needs. I used to think that love must be a sky without a cloud, without a question why, a clear and unobstructed endless blue, the kind of love that never asks of you. But I have learned the truer kind is made of hands extended into darkened shade, of voices calm inside the autumn wood, of all the ordinary holding good. The path we did not lose, my love, is still the one I'm most grateful of. That autumn wood, that failing light, your hand, the moment I began to understand. The path we did not lose, my dear, returns each time the world grows hard and unclear. We keep on finding our way back to true.